Hello, 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 hello.
Testing, one, two, three.
Testing,
Testing,
uno, dos,
testing.
tres.
Speaking, one,
Wait,
two,
Andrew?
three.
Wait,
Hello.
one at a time. Andrew?
Sleep. Hello. Damn, this guy's sick. Dude, do you want to eat after this? Oh, wait, no, we had
No,
to buy
we have-
something at the Comedy Cellar.
No, we're eating at the Comedy Cellar.
I know, because we had to buy something there.
At the Comedy Cellar, because we have to order
buy something
2
there.
item minimum. So might as well get food there.
Wait, what? I thought you said you were hungry.
You want 2 drinks? You can order 2 water bottles. That counts. Dive straight in. Yes.
Oh, wow, we have a lot of time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Yeah, I want that to be me.
She's living her best life.
Dude,
I want
life
that
good.
to be me.
Life
Good.
good.
Welcome, friends and family, back to the Rooftop Pod. We are out here on Rachel's rooftop. Rachel, you kind of made it here.
What can I say?
This place is
Self-made
nice.
starter.
No, honestly, this place is really nice. I knew it was like kind of nice from your pictures, but when I walked into your building, I was like,
This is
Rachel
this is
got it
what
like
she's
that.
getting for what she's paying.
Rachel got it like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, but Andrew said this is like typical of what you would pay in this area. Is that
Yeah.
true?
I looked at your building.
Yeah,
It's because you flexed the
but-
wall, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's-
So I'm paying
it's in
significantly.
line with what you would
Um,
expect.
Yeah, so we're in where Rachel lives.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, yo,
all right.
bleep that out.
We're
We're in New York.
we're in New York.
Where Rachel
Where
lives.
Rachel lives.
And yeah, this is my first time living, or not living, but seeing the place that Rachel's living at this summer, and I'm very happy for you. This is like a step up from the last place that you
living
lived.
it up. Honestly,
Yes.
though, I really liked my last place for like the neighborhood that I was in. Like
What?
walking through.
Oh, 'cause
So,
it was a campus.
oh my god! But like, thank God I'm living here and not there, because the only subway line that was close to me last summer was the G, and it's like down for the
Dude,
entire
G
summer.
is not running.
I
Ugh.
looked at like the schedule. It's not coming back until August 12th, and that's
Oh
only
my
like
God.
one
Wait,
section of
wow,
it. And then
that's
for the
awful.
Are
next
they
month,
renovating?
another. Yeah, they're
Okay.
upgrading the signal system.
I don't even know what that means.
And truthfully, I don't quite know either, but I worked on all of this last summer, so like it's a little embarrassing to say that I don't know. But yeah, so thank God I'm living here and not where I lived last summer,
That's a game
this
changer.
summer. But I
Good to
did
know
really
that's
like
back in
the
August.
neighborhood that I lived in. Like just walking home anytime, I was just like, I love my life.
I mean,
In your last place or this place?
My
Last
last place.
place.
'Cause
Really?
it was
This
super
place is-
residential. And there were like Brooklyn
You live
brownstones
like
everywhere.
under a bridge.
No, but I didn't have to walk under the bridge to get back to my place. I like walked through the streets.
When I have been to your
you
place,
were a
I had
troll
to walk
living
under
under
the
a
bridge.
bridge.
Oh, well, you know.
It was okay. Weren't there a lot of rats too?
I love rats though.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Forgot about that.
Anyways.
Rats are friends.
I never
not-
saw your last place. I never went in. I realized.
That's crazy.
You weren't
Yeah.
missing out on much.
I don't think
Hey.
The place wasn't that nice. You
I
had
liked
good
my
roommates
place.
though.
I loved my
Your
I've gotten
roommate was so silly.
I've gotten so lucky with roommates in
Yeah.
New York. Like I've never had like a whack one ever. They've all been
Mm.
super nice.
That's
Good.
good.
Good
Nice.
roommates, like they're clean.
Yeah, this is a huge
Respectful,
upgrade from
yeah.
the one that I went to visit in. Where did I
Oh, you
go?
were looking at housing
Bushwick?
for Rachel.
Yeah, I was looking for you. That place.
Oh, the one in Williamsburg?
Williamsburg,
The
right.
1.1K one?
Yeah.
Crazy deal,
Crazy
though.
step up though.
Yeah, but yeah.
There was, I think there was one laundry machine for the entire building,
oh.
which was, I mean, like 12 units, but like 12 units sharing
For
like
one laundry
That's
machine.
crazy.
Good God.
No, it was
On the
probably
weekends, it must be
4,
terrible.
8. No, it was probably 8 units. I think it was 4 floors, 2 units on
Jeez.
each floor.
But for 1.1, whew,
At what point is it like?
I was also paying $1,000 a month when I interned here, so
yeah.
Because I even think with Rachel, there has been a slight shift in your mentality where you're shifting towards a more abundance mindset.
I'm slowly
You're
getting
allowing
there.
yourself to
Oh.
enjoy a few more luxuries in your
Yeah.
life. And I want to see that for all of you guys. And I think, Rachel, you're still getting there, because I think your conversation about your housing was still indicative that you're
Scarcity mindset.
prioritizing like saving money over ease of lifestyle.
Well, I think the thing was more so that I didn't think it was a great deal for what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I'm such a deal hunter. So if I'm not getting a deal, I'm kind of upset about it. Like here, I'm paying more than my place, but this is a steal for what I'm paying.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's actually sign in because I didn't introduce you guys. Welcome, friends and family, to another episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host, Jesse, and signing in with me is my sister, still sick,
Rachel.
and my brother,
Andrew.
who might also be sick now.
Stop saying
Sorry, I'll just cough up.
No, it's
No.
fine. We're probably gonna get sick anyways, so it's fine.
It's inevitable.
Wait, bronchitis itself isn't contagious, so it's like whatever comes before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesse, you should know this.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Because
like
if you're
bronchitis.
coughing, you're literally transmitting particles.
Spewing all the things. I looked
Yeah.
it up.
No.
I also looked it up. Isn't there two forms of bronchitis?
Okay.
Bacterial and viral.
I think I had. Well, I was prescribed antibiotics.
You were?
But they didn't test you for anything either.
Mm-mm.
So
He
how
I mean,
would you know?
bronchitis just
he
means
just listened
inflammation
to
of your
my-
lungs.
Yeah, he just listened to my lungs.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's even an infection. Anyways, let's get into the podcast.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Bronchitis itself is not
Dude,
contagious, but the virus and bacteria that cause bronchitis can be.
Yes. No.
So
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's
That doesn't really
contagious.
help.
Sorry, that was
Settle
Google.
the argument. Anyways, today we're gonna do. I just pulled this up. I was inspired by a few TikToks I watched where people were just reading out "Am I the asshole?" prompts, and they didn't even discuss it. And the video blew up. So we're gonna discuss the top one on Reddit right
Oh
now.
boy.
Am I the asshole for telling my stepdaughter I don't want to watch any kids, including yours? I have never wanted kids. I was forced to watch my younger siblings, 4 of them, until I left at the age of 16. Not the best oldest brother. I greatly disliked babysitting and never had my own children. Never have been comfortable around young kids after that. My husband has 3 children. Oh, this is a woman. Don't know why I thought this was a guy this whole time. My husband has 3 children. I met and married him when his kids were already in their 20s. I am not a mother figure to them at all, just their dad's wife. Overall, I got along well with the 3 adults. The problem started when my Kelly became pregnant. I'm guessing Kelly is her kid, or her
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter, sorry. Everyone was excited for the first baby in the family. I made it clear I didn't want to babysit when grandkids were around. My husband was supposed to be the main caretaker. Wait, what? I didn't want to babysit, and when grandkids were around my husband... Wait, what the The sentence doesn't make sense.
Just read
I
it.
made it
this
clear
is going really
I did...
smoothly. This is going very smoothly.
Sorry, let me try. Can you read this with the right intonation? I made it clear I didn't want to babysit, and when grandkids were around, my husband was to be the main caretaker.
Yeah.
There
My
you go.
husband agreed.
Good job. That took
Reading.
a while.
He's literate.
The first 2 years went great. My husband is an awesome grandpa, and I'm fine being the relative that brings toys and other fun stuff once in a while. Kelly has been pushing hard for me to take up more of a traditional grandma role. Her MIL isn't involved.
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
You're clearly not used to these Am I the Asshole stories,
No,
aren't
no.
you?
She lives a few states over. Kelly has gotten in her head that I should be doing the babysitting instead of her father. We have talked to her multiple times. My husband is on a work trip and will be back next week. Usually he babysits on Monday, but he informed her that he won't be there, so it was canceled. She stopped over and was dropping her kids off. I asked what she was doing since her dad wasn't here. She told me that I need to step up and babysit, that she doesn't care if her dad isn't here. I am present. I told her no. This went in circles for a bit and got more heated the longer we went. I told her I don't want to watch any fixing kids includes... Wait, what? Does that make sense? I don't want to watch any fixing kids? And
Fucking
then,
kids.
Yeah. Did she censoring?
but she used up here. Anyways, my husband is fine with that, and I did... Okay, my husband is fine with... Damn, I'm out of it. My husband is fine with what I did, but his other children are on his ass. So am I the asshole? This is not that interesting. Why is there
Yeah.
10K likes on this?
Scroll.
Oh,
I'm
what's
curious
what's
what
your
people
what's
say.
your no, before
Oh,
what's
before we
your
read the
opinion?
comments?
Hold up.
So my initial thought is no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, she doesn't have
She's
to.
not
Yeah.
even. It's not even her step kids. It's her step grandkids, which she
Yeah.
has even less of an attachment to. So she didn't even
Yeah.
have a mother-daughter relationship with Kelly.
Right.
Why should she have a grandmother relationship
Well,
with her kids?
I could see though, like, because our white pool is also our like step grandma, right?
And she has no relation to us.
Yeah.
No, but she tries.
Does she?
She tries in a sense where she tries to pull us aside and have conversations with him. You didn't have that last time you were, not last time,
No.
but like previous
had
times
that?
you've been in China. Yeah.
Well, she gave me a bunch of snacks.
That's
Cute.
what grandmas do
Yeah.
typically. I guess they don't have the opportunity to actually babysit us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't
mom's
think
side
they
of the
babysat Philip and John. Oh, yeah, they don't have the opportunity to. I see.
I just remember she was trying to pass on words of advice and stuff, and I was like okay with her, but I
Oh.
just know when it comes to step parents, there's usually some friction because I know
Yeah.
mom and her siblings' relationship with their stepmom isn't that great.
No.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could totally understand that. If I had a stepmother, I would
Oh,
probably be.
I think
less
I was
inviting.
trying too hard to relate this to our situation when like the friction in our situation is a lot different because I know that mom gets pretty upset with white pool or like not upset but like she's just like oh she
don't
could be better
jive.
kind of thing.
Yeah. They're just two
Which like I
very
could
different
see.
people.
Yeah, which I could see in this situation where the kids are like
But
you
she
know,
said
like, you
that
can do
she
better.
had a good relationship with
her
the kid.
stepkids.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as an adult, she was
Yeah.
more like friends with
yeah,
them than like
not a mother figure.
yeah.
Right.
So it's very different. But mom and her stepmother, they don't even have that like
yeah.
adult
Yeah,
friendship.
yeah.
So very different type of friction. But I think expecting your stepmother to be a grandmother to your kids when you met in your 20s, I think that's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah. I see why
unfair
you
to
want
expect.
it, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's too
yeah.
hard to-
Right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
traditional nuclear family
Yeah.
vibes.
Especially since like her husband, like the grandpa, like
It's
already
also-
does take up the child caring duties, and like they've agreed upon it in their relationship that he's okay with that. I don't think that children should have, like, they just want free child care is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's definitely for
Mm.
selfish reasons. It's
Yeah.
like they had something to do over the weekend and wanted to drop off the kids somewhere, and
Yeah.
the grandpa wasn't around.
Just go find a babysitter.
Actually, is
Yep.
that what it was? Oh, it's just on Mondays they
Yeah.
agreed to babysit. So it's like a usual the grandpa
Free
babysits on
childcare,
Monday.
yeah.
So it
Yeah.
is. It seems like a selfish reason. Yeah, I mean,
You're
I would like to
fine.
see what
Keep
the
doing
argument.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I think this stepmother / step grandmother is totally fine. She just wants to take up the role as like the fun uncle or the fun grandmother, and that role is
It's great.
super fun to
Yeah.
have because like
Yeah, no
you're all play, no
responsibilities,
work.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I also like that role.
Yeah.
In fact, if I were to have a child, I would like my role in that child's life to be all work, no play.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not how parenting works. All right, what does NTA mean?
Not the asshole.
Okay, cool. I want to read You Are the Asshole. Okay, so the top comment is, however, this is not necessarily about who is an asshole or not, as I assume you would prefer to continue having good relationships with her in
Mhm.
the future. Oh, have you described why you don't want to do it? Because I think you frame it as I was forced to look after children when I was a child and ran away from home because of it. It is difficult to see how someone can still be pissed. Yes, the Reddit hive mind will tell you they don't have a right to know this, and just your preference to not do it should be enough. And the Reddit hive mind may be philosophically, morally correct, but sometimes in life you need to pick between being ideologically correct and actually getting the results you want. Yeah, I would say so. I don't even think there's like a philosophical, moral argument in this case. Because I think step parenting, like you enter a step parent relationship for the partner, not for.
I
You
think
can
so
choose to
because
have-
they were already adults. Because the thing is, I think if she entered into this relationship while they were still kids, I actually think she.
If she married in, she would have to make the choice to also be a
Choice-
mother
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
be
Okay.
a mother, but it still doesn't. I'm like,
At least like, well, I guess it is also dependent on just like the relationship itself, like the romantic relationship. Like if the person expects you to also be a mother to their children,
Right.
kind of thing. But I think most of the time in these situations, you are like expected to take on the motherly role if you're entering a relationship when the kids are still young. But like in this case, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, we have another family member in our extended family that also kind of in a situation like that, Xiaoyi. And when she married in, like she actually was the mother role and did a really good job. But still in the future, there were conflicts, and I don't know if that was necessarily because she was the stepmom, but rather other extenuating circumstances.
A little bit of both.
Who is calling? Oh, Caleb's dropping things off.
We can have guest appearance
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here. Can you
yes.
come
to the 9th floor.
Oh, well, he's dropping things off, so I need to go to my room.
Okay.
He's at your room?
No, wait.
Uh,
Are you
is
in
it-
the lobby?
Should
or
we
are you
just
at my place?
pause?
Damn, you have hella white hair.
Hella white hairs, man. Old man. But I was looking at a picture of me at 23. It's genetics. I
You already had white hairs at 23?
There's a picture of him in the back of my head.
I think we can entertain the crowd without Rachel.
Probably. Talking about how many white hairs I have. Hold
Andrew
up.
has hella white hairs.
A hella white hairs.
It's gotta be genetic.
It's all genetic, man. At first I was like, damn, am I stressed? Am I not sleeping enough? Am I not getting enough nutrition? Then I looked back and I'm like, nah.
Well, at 23, you were also really stressed.
Was I? 23
Yeah,
was
it's
a good
like
year.
recruit. No, wait.
No,
when were you
that
recruiting?
was Denver. Wait, what was I doing 23? Yeah, 23 was Denver. I just be having white hair, man. You're right, I do need to make a lot of money. Can't be salt and peppered and poor. Cut that out. I can't be salt and peppered and poor. I'm old and washed up, man.
Nah, you got significantly more.
Caleb got the
I think so.
internationally renowned cheese, and these are cookies from the cheese place.
Can we eat it?
Yeah.
Definitely got more white hair.
Gave us
Yeah.
Cookies to share.
What is that you keep carrying around?
It's a fob to get it
Oh, why is it in the envelope still?
because no one ever took it out.
Okay.
I'm excited to try this cookie. Oh, that's good.
Really?
That's phenomenal.
Well, have a good There's not enough dairy to warrant that.
I agree.
I carry so many of these on me.
Can I have some?
No, it's not enough dairy to warrant it.
But you carry so many, no?
You actually need it?
No.
All right, we're going to talk about this first because Kate and I, at lunch today, we're talking about how she always wants to be the one being broken up with.
What?
She's like, now I think I might. It was so funny. She's like, actually, now I might be the one to break up with the other person. I was like, with Ethan? She's like, yeah, I could. I was like, what? Not that
What?
there's any reason to, but she's saying like she would
That's
have
really good.
the courage to do it if there was a circumstance where that would happen. They're obviously in a very happy, healthy relationship. But she's like, in the
Scared me.
past, she would never take the initiative to break up with someone else because she wanted to be the one being broken up with.
Absolutely not.
And her reasoning was she didn't want the regret of breaking up with the other person.
See, I said the same exact thing
We
on the
talked
last.
about
We've already
this,
talked
yeah.
about this, and I said
No, we didn't.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
did.
have.
That episode got cut out.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why?
Why?
The China one. We talked
No.
about
No,
we talked
not
about
that
this
one.
on
We
the
talked
Brooklyn
about it
Roof.
way before. Because this was when I was going through my first
Don't
breakup.
tell everyone that. No one remembers that.
Dude,
Wait, what did you say?
Man.
2 years
Well,
later, and we're
throwback.
already
Go watch.
recycling content. We've
Go
run out of
link
ideas.
Up here. We
no,
talked
no,
about
no,
this
no,
already.
No. You're just gonna need to refresh my mind because I don't
Wow,
remember what you
I'm
guys
sorry.
said.
We have no new
Gosh.
things to talk
All right,
about.
chill out.
Sorry. We're boring.
All right, what did
Okay,
you say?
I will say I've
New
had
insight though.
I've had a change
We're
of
new people.
heart. I said the same thing as Kate. Like I was like, I don't want the regret of what if that person.
Oh, you're
was
right.
the
We did
one,
talk about this.
and you have to live with
I made
that
a clip on
because
this.
you made a clip out of me saying these exact
fuck.
words. Where if you get broken up with, you're like, screw it, I gotta move on.
Breakup energy. You get that
Yeah.
breakup motivation because you're like, I need to prove her wrong.
Sure. Yeah. But
But
I
now
don't know.
I
don't
used
know.
to used to think the regret of like thinking like, oh, like, was this the right decision, would weigh more heavily than the hurt of like needing to move on. I take that back. Because
'Cause
if you end it,
because of
you
your
can
recent
always
life
hey, wait a minute, hold on. Don't expose me like this.
Sorry, go
Man,
ahead.
the pod is learning too much information.
My bad.
Hypothetically speaking, if this were to ever happen to somebody, if you are the one initiating the breakup, or this is me personally,
Okay.
if I broke or if I ended something with somebody,
Uh-huh.
and if I ever feel any bit of regret, I always break up for a very definitive reason, whether it was something that happened or just like the
You're saying
facts
this
lined
as
up.
if you've broken up with several people in your life.
He's
I
ended
have.
things with people.
Like multiple times.
Heartbreaker.
Must we regale the tales of Andrew's dating
Or not.
life?
You can ask Philip for them because Philip now knows all of them.
Beep, beep,
Any
boop,
case, okay, but that's
Right.
as a person who's very decisive. I feel
I'm
like
very
indecisive people might have that regret. I understand that sentiment, but I could also see myself definitively. I mean, I have definitively broken up with people. I've never felt any regret in doing so.
Yeah, I feel
I
sad
agree.
that the relationship
Yeah.
ended, obviously, but I don't.
No,
feel,
sometimes I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, depends on the relationship. But yeah.
Word. No sadness.
No. Yes.
Emotionless,
Sometimes there
just
are
keep plowing
sadness.
through.
But like once you made up in your mind that logistically it doesn't work out,
It's very hard for me to like go back on a decision that I've already made up my mind on, especially as an indecisive person.
yeah, that's really strange because you're really indecisive
You're
about
indecisive.
everything else in your life. But
Aside from breaking up with people.
Well, actually,
well,
no.
I guess
because
not.
Well, okay, that wasn't by my own choice though. Had it been up to me, not if it had been up to me, but like I would not have gone back to that person on my own volition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I see.
Okay.
Like
I
I was
see.
ready to cut that person out of my life.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, yeah. But the sentiment of what Kate said reminded me of a conversation in a podcast that got cut out. And that was the question of, I don't even need to look this up. Would you rather be cheated on
Oh, right.
in a relationship, or would you rather, I'm going to switch it up a bit. Would you rather be cheated on or have the person that you broke up with immediately get into another relationship right after?
Did you put this and I was like, Jesse, too soon?
Too soon.
Is that
Too soon
is
for who?
is
Too
there
soon
a
for
comment
who?
from me?
You said Jesse LMAO.
Oh.
Not too soon. Who would it be too soon for?
Too soon for who?
Remember my like second to last week of April?
Wait, what?
The original question was, would you rather be cheated on or have your ex
Oh.
date someone you were concerned about right after the relationship
Yeah,
ended?
that was the original.
But I
question.
think that can be extended to, would you rather be cheated on or have your ex date someone immediately after you guys break up? My sentiment before was I'd rather be cheated on, and
Right.
this might be a hot take, because when you get cheated on, there's definitively someone in the wrong, and when you feel hurt, you know that
Have we
person's
talked
a bad
about this
person.
before?
but
It
got
was
cut
in
out.
the podcast that got cut
Oh.
out. Yes, we have talked about it.
Yes.
I was like, deja vu, y'all.
I was like, where have I heard this?
Part
take
2
before?
of deja vu.
But when you're right after you got broken up with, if you still had you're gonna still have strong feelings, especially if it came out of the blue, and the person goes on and immediately dates someone else, then your heart is still broken, but you don't have someone to blame for that heartbreak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like
remember.
no
you
one
saying
takes
this,
responsibility. Oh, you can't lay that blame on anyone else.
but I think I still stand with my original point, where I would rather the person date somebody right after, because if I was cheated on, then I will have lingering trust issues for a very long time.
But I think I would still have lingering trust issues if they dated someone immediately
Yeah.
after, because I'm like,
Especially if it's someone that you're concerned about.
especially that.
Because then
Well-
it feels like you're just an obstacle for them to get to like the person that
I
they
think
actually
You,
want
that's
and
to
then you
date.
start
difference.
second guessing, like,
If-
how long have they thought about
Yeah.
Right. So I
dating
think
someone else.
how you change the question leads me more to say I'd rather have them date somebody after, because if they were concerned about it, then yes, I'd have trust issues. But if they dated someone immediately after, I'm like, oh, that's just a rebound. They're just trying to like Or in my mind, I could frame it. Who knows what the relationship is?
Okay, but in this context of this question, the person broke up with you, and then they immediately started dating someone else. If they broke up with you and then immediately date someone else,
so if it's like somebody they met on Hinge, I've never seen this person in my entire life. Sure,
then it doesn't
fine,
feel
whatever.
like a rebound because they didn't get hurt. Why do they need a rebound? It's almost like they broke up with you in order to get with someone else. Even if you break up with somebody,
I feel like you're still like missing like the relationship aspect. I feel like.
See, for me, I almost feel like if you break up with someone,
it's only because you want to be single.
No,
that's true.
If you break
that's
up with someone, it could be just a toxic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that you need to like get yourself out of that situation.
And then that person is free to date after that.
Yeah, I'm just coming from the perspective of the person who's being broken up with and is hurt and seeing that happen. Yeah, I guess you're right. If it's a toxic relationship and you're breaking
you
out,
need to do some self-growth, then yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I am of the mindset that if you're getting out of a toxic relationship, you should stay single for a little bit.
You know how a lot of people say you can only heal outside of a relationship out of a breakup? Do you agree with that?
I agree with that, yes.
I don't think I agree with that.
So like say you are very problematic in a relationship.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I see where this take comes
kidding.
from. So I'm like, and then you get out of a relationship and you immediately jump into the new relationship. Do you think you can become a better person while you're in that relationship?
Oh, that's a little different.
Okay. So you think you need to be outside of a relationship, work on yourself, then be in a new
There just
relationship?
needs to be a time of reflection after the relationship. Because if you're in another relationship, I don't think you can reflect that well. Unless that person unless it was a compatibility issue and then you just hopped into another relationship that you're more compatible with.
I see.
But if it's like a personal issue, like a personal flaw, you do need that time to reflect, I think.
I agree. I think it's possible to grow in a relationship, but the other person has to be very patient and like they have to suffer some of the consequences of you being an imperfect person. And that's like you can like argue whether or not it's fair to the other person, but if you take a break after a relationship, work on yourself, that's like the ideal situation, right?
Right.
Is that you grow and learn and like come as a better person to a new relationship. But I think like why I immediately responded yes to you is because I personally have grown in a relationship in a sense of like I realized that there were a lot of issues with how I interface in a relationship, and that was something that like I can't really fix on my own as a single person because I'm not interfacing with someone else in a romantic relationship. That's like something that I need to like tackle in a relationship, I think.
So, but in your scenario, you're growing within one single relationship.
Yeah.
If you're hopping to another relationship, I don't think you can extend that logic to hopping to another relationship because it's a completely different person and you're not building consistent growth with one person. I think to what you said, I also think it takes a level of self-awareness that you did something wrong in your relationship and that you need to be single to like reflect and grow. If you don't even have the awareness that you were flawed in that relationship, I can see why people jump immediately to another relationship because they place the blame of the relationship not working all on the other person, which is why I think some people are very willing to jump into another relationship because they're like, oh, it was not a me problem, it was the other person's problem. I don't need time to fix myself. But in your case, it's like, I mean, growing within a relationship is totally fair and
expected.
Yeah, expected, exactly. So your scenario is completely different, I think.
So would you rather be cheated on right now?
Wait, yeah, what was your answer to this?
I said cheated on also.
Wow.
Really? You'd rather be cheated on?
Because it's so easy to move on after that.
Yeah. Yes, that's the other argument that I had was that once someone cheats on you, your perception of them can completely change.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing for moving on.
You're a liar. You're a terrible person.
Exactly.
You never deserved me in the first place.
Exactly.
How could you do this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you still second guess like, wait. Does this logic help me or hurt me? Hold on.
I think it hurts you.
Okay, never mind.
No, yeah, because if you're cheated on, I don't know. I just feel like...
Yeah, the trust issues will be there
Trust
forever,
issues...
for sure.
I really like the fact that I can just... in a relationship, like, I've never been cheated on. I never... Yeah. And so, like...
Yeah, you're right.
That person, you can be texting all your guy friends. You can be going out with your girlfriends. And I'm like, go have
Go
fun.
ahead,
Like,
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
that's true.
no baggage to like have an issue with any of this.
That's true. Me too. It's kind of nice not having that
Yeah,
issue.
no, it's great because I do know people who like, to no fault of their own, they've been cheated on, and like they
They
just
have trust
naturally
issues.
like have some hesitance towards like
Mm.
very okay scenarios because
Mm.
of past events.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
And stuff.
I guess I don't really know what that
Yeah.
trauma's like.
Yeah, I feel like immediate aftermath, cheated on is better.
Yeah.
Ah, man, but if you really,
Moving on
really
sounds a
like
lot
that
easier.
person, they break up with you and date somebody else. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hurts so
if
much.
you're still
But
in love
the
with
thing
that
is,
person.
if you still really like that person and they cheat on you, I would still feel really bad.
The
No.
feelings don't go away, but in your mind, the logic helps
Yeah.
overcome those feelings.
Yeah, because it's like you didn't really know that person to be
To
like
the full extent
yeah.
of who they are, yeah.
I don't,
Like you can rationalize like
would one action make me completely question?
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
they-
it would.
Yes. 'Cause
It
if you-
would.
like you can't
You're right.
they've been trying to
Sleazing along.
make you think they're one person, but the whole
Do
Sneaky
you
time
think
they
it
weren't.
depends on like the context of the cheating? If it was
Nope.
like a random person out, or like a person they were going on dates and then they were like getting to know each other, and then
Oh.
they finally like.
Well, there's a lot of levels to
Yeah, exactly.
I guess
yeah.
there
Like-
is.
But I think all of them are bad.
all of them are
yes,
obviously
they're all
bad.
Yeah.
But like, do you think? Well, obviously,
the
if
trust
the pers-
issues would be
the trust
less
issues would go crazy if they had like a year-long relationship while you were
Yeah,
dating,
yeah.
versus like one night stand with somebody when they were out and they were
That's also
also
They
very
both
bad.
feel
Again,
really
also
bad.
very bad.
Yeah.
Again, both very bad. But the
because
thing
it's
is
like
like,
because at that point it's like why would you throw away this whole relationship for a one night stand? Whereas like if you're like juggling another relationship, honestly, kind of impressive. Not gonna lie.
how did you do this?
Yeah, kind of
Let me get your
impressive,
notes.
but Not gonna lie.
before we break up.
Because then they're just like a
Like, which
they're
one
just
would
like kind of
hurt
a maniacal, deceptive person.
More.
Because the
Which one would you rather
actually I
have?
think the one which one so to be even more granular, I think I'd rather actually have the person go behind my back for an entire like year or so.
Oh my god.
Because then I have time to catch on to it, develop my own
Oh,
theories, and come to
The
terms where it.
lore, the
Yes,
scheming.
exactly. I can
oh my god, it'd
scheme
be
and
so
start to,
fun.
like-
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it'd be
Whoa.
fun, but it would be.
Oh, you'd be paranoid like the whole time.
You would be paranoid, but at least you have some time to come to terms. Whereas if they just like randomly one
Oh,
night
so you
stand,
know, and then you don't tell them you know, and then you start.
no, you
And
just
then you
start
catch
picking up
them.
clues.
In the act.
Like there's,
Red-handed.
yeah, I'm imagining a scenario where
You gather all the
Oh,
girls
it's not
and
like-
you break down
oh,
their
I thought
doors
it
with
was like-
pitchforks
oh.
and torches.
You like
it's like all
you're
of a sudden
scrolling,
found out.
you
Yeah.
found out, and then you're like going through like their text message, and you're like, November 2023. What?
No. I'm thinking. I mean, typically, I think how these things happen is the other person typically catches on or like already has concerns,
Yeah.
Or they
before
just
they
tell
actually
you.
catch them.
They're just like, hey, I've been cheating on you for the past year, and they just
And it comes
spring
out
it
of
on you. It
nowhere?
comes out of nowhere.
All right,
or
that's
both of them come
almost
out of
just-
nowhere. It's
okay.
morning. You're having your avocado toast, and they're just like, hey,
Hi, honey.
either
How's your morning?
I had a
have
one night
something
stand
to
with
tell
someone,
you.
or I've been cheating on you for an entire year. Which one is worse? Sorry.
Definitely the year one.
Yeah, I guess the year one is pretty
Um,
bad.
I think if it was a. Do you think there's any
No.
instances
I
of
think that's
cheating?
I think that's impossible to happen. I think cheating only happens when the other person's not satisfied in the relationship, and that shows.
Yeah.
There's no way that
Yeah.
doesn't
I think
show.
so.
And if it shows, you catch on to things,
Yeah.
and then it like cycles into you being unhappy and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
This
like,
is so
if
funny.
you were in a happy relationship, no issues, and all of a sudden
It springs on you.
it springs
Damn.
on you. But then again, does that happen? I don't think so. Like a healthy
I don't think
relationship
so.
was,
Probably not.
yeah, probably not.
Do you think there's any
That's so-
instances of cheating that are recoverable to you personally?
Oh, like salvageable?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people make things work if you have kids.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
true. If you
within
have
my friend
kids.
group, there are situations that are salvageable, and
Yeah.
it's like a codependency thing. Financial codependency
Mm.
could cause that. But in my own life, I don't think any circumstance of cheating is acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. Any circumstance. But then there are levels of cheating. Like, what if they just
hook up,
got a
make
kiss or like
What if it was like
emotional
thing, but nothing physical?
This
like
is
they were just like
really
flirting.
interesting question.
Yeah,
I actually think the emotional and nothing physical
it's almost worse.
would warrant a breakup.
But it would hurt less. I think as guys, physical cheating always hurts more.
Yeah.
Really?
I think for
Something
girls, it's the
about
other
it,
way
yeah.
around.
Yeah. Oh, there was this other interesting thing that my friend that we're going to meet up with later tonight said to me, where she was like, when girls get into relationships, they start at 100 and it dips. So like they see the person as like a really, this does not apply to me. Let me just say straight up.
This is a
where
broad generalization.
They have a very,
Oh,
sorry, I ate all of the cookie.
Sad.
It was so
It's your
good.
cookie.
I'm so sorry. He
Go
said
ahead.
you can share it with your brother.
Oh,
I had a piece.
It was good.
Or 2 pieces.
I
so
mean,
you're
it's
good.
in New York, and the former Sue at his
Doesn't
restaurant
really
works
do much
there.
for
so,
Jesse, but
It's all right. Oh, you
I'll
can charge
bring
your
some
phone
back
again.
to you. I don't know. But yeah, girls start at 100 when they enter relationships, and like as they learn about the person, they become less and less perfect in their eyes. Whereas guys start at 0 and they build up as they get to know the girl. Is that do you
They
guys
build
think
up
that's
what?
true?
Appreciation for the partner?
Just like how they see. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Have you heard of love bombing?
Oh.
No, I think it's
Yeah.
the other way around.
I think guys love bomb. Okay,
Yeah, they feel
that's such
intensely at the
that's a
beginning, and then they
huge
feel less
generalization.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Actually, no. This is so relationship.
it's so
dependent.
dependent
Yeah.
on a relationship, but I feel in general it's actually the other way around.
Yeah.
Because like guys are initially really drawn by physical attraction.
But like
And
some
then-
girls like fall in love.
Off the
Like
jump.
Yeah,
but
there are
off
a
the
lot
jump.
of girls
guys,
that are like lover girls.
and there's a
Oh,
lot. Of
I
boys
know
that are
more
lover
lover boys than
yeah.
lover girls.
I
yeah.
also know more lover boys.
yeah.
So anecdotally speaking, like to my personal life, it's always the guy falls really hard and the girl slowly comes around to liking
Yeah.
the guy.
That's
more.
how I've always almost seen. And those are the relationships that always,
Work.
not always, but those are higher likelihood of working out. Whereas I've never seen a girl really like a
Successfully
guy
win over a
and
guy.
successfully win over a guy over time. Guys need that initial. If you're initially not attracted to the girl, very low likelihood that the guy will
Come
somehow have a
around.
switch in their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sad for guys.
Are we playing just into traditional gender roles where the guy is just
chasing.
expected to chase and like the girl is subjected to being pursued?
Yeah, is this just like a biologically programmed thing
Is
within
that just how
male and
how
female
the game
brains?
works?
Or is there a way to... Oh, I mean, there are definitely one-off examples. I'm just saying in general. And this goes into, like, that divorce lawyer YouTube video. He opens up the video by saying guys are just make decisions based on their dicks. And he's like, he's like a 50, 60-year-old, like, divorce lawyer. He was like, I was looking forward to the day that one day I would not be making decisions with my dick. He was like, I was hoping that one day I could just look at a beautiful woman and just be like, oh, it's just another human being. But he's like, even at my age of 60 and being in a marriage, I still have the desire to pursue younger. Like the thought comes around, but he doesn't pursue those thoughts.
Ew, I hate men
Right,
so
but I mean,
much.
I'm not at that age yet.
I hate
But he's like,
men.
as a divorce lawyer, 55% of marriages in the U.S. end in divorce. And that doesn't even encompass the number of relationships where people are unhappy
Right.
and want a divorce and are only staying together because of kids. And he was saying that in all the divorce things that he's seen, it's usually because a man is desiring like a younger, more physically attractive female. He said the saddest case he's ever encountered is a 92-year-old man filing for a divorce to get married to a 50-year-old woman. Like at that age,
Wow.
he was still making decisions
Jeez.
That's crazy, actually.
with his
That's ridiculous.
Huh.
downstairs.
Ridiculous.
And like I had the thought, like
Huh.
in my mind, realistically thinking, I was like, okay, yeah, once I find my person, like attractiveness won't matter anymore.
Right.
Like they're gonna be my person. But I think it's naive to think that my brain will still not be attracted to like attractive women. And Karina and Min actually had a conversation together after watching this video, and they were like, oh, I mean, I haven't seen the whole video, but essentially the video was pushing for everyone should get a prenup, blah blah blah. Divorce is like very likelihood. Marriage is this like social contract that shouldn't be in place. Like there's a lot of issues with the marriage social construct. And she was telling me that her and Min are like, if they had to choose, like they would definitely choose each other to be lifelong partners, but they're like, do we get married? And if we do, we're definitely signing a prenup. Kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Because like they're just both being realistic about what their lives are going to be like in 50, 60 years. Because you have no way to predict that. So you might as well plan for it while you're setting up the foundation of your relationship. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I think this is I am still relatively young. I can't predict what my brain is going to be like, but hearing like a 60-year-old divorce lawyer who has seen like a 92-year-old man divorce his wife just to like get with a younger woman makes me very...
I mean, your brain is going to be your brain. I think it's not going to change that much now that it is fully developed. I think the thought patterns that you have don't change. Yeah, you can be a different person, but I don't know. I feel like your values are kind of set in.
Yeah, but I think a lot of men pick their partners based off physical attraction. And I think if men started picking like women to date not based off physical attraction, the divorce rate would be
very different.
Divorce rate would be much lower because you build the foundation of your relationship on something that actually is meaningful, that lasts. And beauty obviously doesn't last.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, yes, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, we're also logical. I hate that word actually, but like rational people. The 92, I don't think at 92, like, you know what you end. Hold up.
92-year-olds aren't thinking logically. They're delusional.
That's true. They might be. But
I was just gonna say, like, knowing you, right, or knowing us, like, we know our end state. I think because of how we see Ye and Nai, and we see like what like a committed relationship looks like at 80, 70, 90 years old. And I think our desire for that, right, the communal family with like our grandparents and grandchildren outweighs any desire to like throw that all away to pursue a younger woman. I think, yes, like you will still have the thought of like, oh, that 50-year-old woman when you're 90 is so much more attractive than my 90-year-old wife. Like, I'm sure maybe that'll happen, but
that's so crazy. Like, you've spent like a whole lifetime together,
I'm
and
like, you can't help attraction, right? It's like you can't help love.
You've built a life together,
which is why that will override any decision. I think for right.
Emotions aren't something you can control. Feelings aren't something you can control. The only thing you can control is how you act on them.
Exactly.
So like, obviously, this 92-year-old man decided to act on his lust.
Right.
But for us, like, we can be self-aware that we might have those emotions in the future, but obviously our decisions will be very different. I just think it's sad that most people still will have those emotions, but you have to be realistic and plan for the fact that you're still going to have those emotions. Yeah, and maybe, I don't know, maybe women also have those emotions. I think there are plenty of older women that go after younger guys.
But this is still like
I don't know.
This is, again, playing very much into general roles. As guys get older, you accumulate more resources, and in a very traditional setting, like, why would any girl, like, that's why a girl will date older guys, because they have accumulated more wealth, right? And so the desire doesn't trickle down usually as heavily.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. All very
fair.
Again,
but I
dislike this conversation.
Yeah, but it's the reality of human nature, and we must confront it and plan accordingly.
Not me.
Yeah, I was really surprised that Karina was showing me this video because she's like, she's facing the reality of what could potentially happen. I was like, oh, this is a really strong opening to this video. I was like, you enjoyed this? And she's like, I think everyone should watch this video. I was like, okay. So I watched part of it, and then we got busy folding laundry, and then
we got busy folding laundry.
And then I didn't end up finishing the video. But let's wrap up this one episode, and then we can try to record another quick episode. All right, thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. Tune in next time to hear the continuation of this conversation. But for now, I'm your host, Jesse, and signing out with me is my sister,
Rachel,
and my brother,
Andrew.
And we will see you all on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod. Peace. Should we change up the order of sitting?
No, absolutely not.